What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Leon from Leon Talks TV, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're delving into a topic that sparks a lot of debate: whether women can find an overweight man attractive. Do they still find him attractive? We explore various perspectives on the issue, discuss physical attraction, personality traits, and what factors come into play. So let's get started. Chapter 1, setting the stage. Now, before I start this video, I know people are going to say, of course girls would date a man who's fat and overweight as long as he's rich, but that's not what we're talking about. Just because you have money doesn't mean she's physically going to be attracted to you. It doesn't mean she has a burning desire for you or can't wait to sleep with you when she sees you. What we are discussing is whether there are still exceptions where a woman can be with a man who is maybe fat, chubby, or stocky and still find him physically attractive. Chapter 2, clarifying the definition of overweight. Now, just to clarify, I'm not talking about an obese man, like someone who weighs 500 pounds and can't get out of bed, or who is so overweight that it's literally belly is hanging down to the floor. I don't think women are going to be attracted to a man who looks like that, unless they were with him from the beginning and lets himself go. And even then, she might just be with him out of just loyalty. So, in retrospect, I'm referring more to men who are somewhat out of shape, maybe in the range of a 30–40% body fat. Chapter 3, the subjective nature of attraction. In some cases, if you ask women whether they are attracted to an overweight guy, many will likely say it's about personality and how he treats me. They might assist that his weight doesn't matter at all. While that can be true to some extent, it's also debatable. Often women don't provide detailed context or emphasize what they truly mean when discussing whether they would date someone who is overweight. It's a complex issue that varies from person to person. In reality, personalities might take priority, but physical attraction still plays a significant role for many people. It's a nuanced topic that varies from person to person. Chapter 4, exceptions to the rule. So, do I believe that women might still find men who are deemed overweight attractive? Absolutely. I think there are exceptions to the rule. There are certain circumstances where a woman can find a man physically attractive even if he's a bit overweight. I mean, I've experienced it from my own perspective. When I was a bit overweight, I didn't do too bad when it came to women. I still got play. I still got women that fancied me. I still got women that still made the first initial approach. I still got women that showed high interest. So it can happen. And just to say, one major factor is if she finds him attractive in the face. So basically, if you're fat but still have a good face card, so to speak, and he happens to be overweight but has a good looking face, she might overlook his weight, especially if he's tall, like 6 feet and above. However, I would say that if you're short and overweight, it's not likely to happen. That's something that you just cannot mix the two. You're putting yourself at a disadvantage. But if you're 6 foot tall with a good looking face and are just a bit out of shape, you can definitely get away with it when it comes to women. Chapter 5, the preference for fitness. Now, don't get me wrong, I always say this: women would generally prefer a man to be more in shape. I mean, that would be everyone's preference if they had to choose between their partner being fat or slim. However, another scenario is that women often find men who go to the gym, even if they're not shredded, to be attractive. For example, stocky men with a good build, like those competing in the world's strongest man competition, can appeal to women. These are the types of bodybuilders who clearly work out but also enjoy eating very good, you know what I mean? Chapter 6, priorities change over time. A lot of girls consider certain factors as they get older. They might prioritize things like finance, how well a man treats them, his personality, and whether he makes them laugh. If a guy meets those criteria and is somewhat good looking, maybe just a bit chubby, they might think, you know what, that's changeable, we can work on that down the line. Hopefully, he's an active man and maybe she can introduce him to healthier diet options. Some girls may look at things from this perspective when considering dating someone who is a bit out of shape. Chapter 7, viewing attractiveness as a bonus. In a sense, I think some girls reach a stage where if they see a man meets certain criteria they're looking for, they might view being in shape as a bonus. They might think, we can work on that in the future, you know? Conclusion. So, in conclusion, the conversation about whether women find overweight men attractive is complex and varies from person to person. While it's true that some women might still find a man attractive if he has a good face and personality, it's important to recognize that being overweight could make it easier for him to be replaced in the dating scene. Yes, you might still attract decent looking women, but they might not align with exactly what you are looking for in terms of physicality. It's worth considering if you can get attention from women now while being overweight. Imagine the potential you can unlock if you were in shape. Think about the quantity and quality of women you could attract if you made that effort to improve your fitness. So, while personality and how a man treats a woman are crucial factors, physical attraction should not be overlooked. There are exceptions and nuance at play, but ultimately, every individual has their own preference. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Do you think physical appearance or personality matters more? Let's discuss in the comments. With that being said, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it on that note. Please make sure to share, subscribe, and like, and salute.